Hi, folks. Welcome back to Place, Manner, Voice. My name is Catherine. I am a speech therapist and a phonologist. I work in speech sounds. I am a phonologist. And every episode, I transcribe a word for you into the International Phonetic Alphabet from my dialect of English, which is Atlantic Canadian English, which is a subdialect of General American English. So, if you are learning to pronounce words like a North American English speaker, this is a good series for you. Now, I say I'm a speech therapist. I am a speech therapist, but for almost 6 years, I worked in jewelry. I worked in jewelry design and repair and sales. And like any workplace, there are some very specific words for your job. It's kind of vocational vocabulary, if you will. And I thought I'd do a little series of words that are used a lot in jewelry, because you don't have to work in jewelry to want to pronounce words that are in jewelry. Let's do a very basic word today for jewelry. Let's talk about the precious metal gold. Gold. I'm going to open my brackets here to show I'm now writing in the IPA. I'm going to be using a code to show each speech sound in the word gold. G, g. The first sound is g. We do that by putting our tongue to the roof of our mouth and holding the air for a second and then exploding it out. G, g. Gold. O, o. Now, you might think I'm done with that O, but I'm not, am I? This is the diphthong. O, o. Some people put a little bracket over their diphthongs. I don't. It's okay. That's an option. But that sound is together. Now, if you speak a language that only uses the O, try adding the O, and kind of pinching your lips down a little bit to end up that O sound. It sounds much more like the O of North American English. Gold, gold. Ol is next. Ol, and then d, gold, gold. That ol and d are immediately next to each other. There is no sound between them at all. And that's the last sound. That d is the last sound in gold. So I'm going to close my brackets there. I don't need to place a primary stress marker because it's a single syllable word. There's only one vowel sound here. That is the broad transcription, but I can add more detail. Let's do a narrow transcription of the word gold. G, g. Now that's not changing. I'm not making it any different from that simple symbol there. Gold. I am going to do something different with this O, though, because boy, am I saying it long. Gold. I'm going to put this little colon after it, and that indicates that that O is pretty stretched out. It's pretty long. Gold. Can you hear how long that is? Next, we have a ol. Because it's after a vowel sound, I'm going to make it a velar L, a dark L. And that just means that the back of my tongue is kind of humped up, bunched up, and there's a little more darkness in my throat when I say the sound. Gold, ol. Now, this is a very North American way to say ol after a vowel. If you speak an Irish dialect of English, you may not make this dark. The Irish English doesn't like to use dark L's very much. Correct me if I'm wrong, Irish speakers of English. And then after that ul, we have d, d. And I don't have to change anything about that d. There's really no details I have to put in there. So I'm going to close up my brackets. And then I have a narrow transcription of gold and just the basic broad transcription with the very simple symbols in there as well. Gold. Now, what do you think of gold? Is that your favorite metal? Do you prefer yellow gold or white gold? Or maybe rose gold or green gold? Kind of rare. If you have a word you'd like to see me transcribe into the IPA, do let me know. I would be happy to do that for you. I might have to look up the word if it's not something I know, but I'm pretty good with English. I know a lot of words. Try to stump me.